Real-world examples of specialized knowledge in action. Steve Jobs. Jobs didn't personally design circuits or write all the code. His specialized knowledge was in design vision, user experience, and recognizing talent. He organized teams of engineers and designers to build Apple. Warren Buffett. Buffett doesn't know how to build cars or smartphones. His specialized knowledge is in evaluating businesses and investing. That narrow mastery made him one of the richest men alive. Serena Williams. Her wealth didn't come from knowing all sports. It came from specialized mastery in tennis, built through years of focused training. How to acquire specialized knowledge. 1. Formal education, if relevant universities, certifications, and training programs in a chosen field. 2. Self-education, books, online courses, podcasts, and YouTube, today's endless resources. 3. Mentorship, learning directly from someone who already has the results you want. 4. Experience, the best specialization comes from doing, trial, error, feedback, and improvement. 5. Collaboration, joining forces with others who already have specialized skills. He wasn't educated, he wasn't rich, and he had no special skills. But his desire was so strong that he hopped on a freight train and showed up at Edison's office, saying he wanted to work with him. At first, Edison gave him a minor job. Years later, because of his persistence and unwavering desire, Barnes finally became Edison's partner. The lesson? Barnes didn't just wish to work with Edison. He had a definite goal, and his desire gave him the courage to pursue it until it became real. Hammer and wrench: how to apply the principle of desire. Napoleon Hill lays out a 6-step method to turn desire into reality. 1. Decide exactly how much money or what goal you want. Don't say, "I want to be rich." Say, "I want $100,000 within the next 12 months. 2. Decide exactly what you will give in return. Nothing comes without sacrifice. Will you give your time, effort, or creativity? 3. Set a definite date. A deadline creates urgency. 4. Create a clear plan and begin immediately. Don't wait until the plan is perfect. Start now and adjust along the way. 5. Write a clear, concise statement. For example, by December 31st, 2025, I will earn $100,000 through my online business. In return, I will dedicate 4 hours daily to building, marketing, and improving it. I believe this will happen, and I see myself already living it. 6. Read your statement twice a day, morning and night. Over time, this conditions your subconscious mind to believe it's possible and drive you toward it. Think about J.K. Rowling before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. She was broke, depressed, and struggling as a single mother. But she had a burning desire to finish her story and share it with the world. That desire gave her the strength to face rejection after rejection. 12 publishers said no. The 13th finally said yes, and the rest is history. If her desire had been a casual wish, she would have quit at the first rejection. But her passion kept her going. Key takeaway: desire is the foundation. Without it, nothing else matters. With it, everything else becomes possible. So ask yourself, what do you truly, deeply desire? Are you willing to write it down, commit to it, and sacrifice for it? Does your goal excite you so much that it keeps you awake at night? If the answer is yes, then you found your starting point. Napoleon Hill makes a crucial distinction. Wishing is weak. It's hoping that luck, chance, or circumstances will magically change. Desire is strong. It is backed by a decision, a plan, and a commitment to act until success happens. Hill wrote during the Great Depression, when millions of people were struggling. He noticed something. Those who only wished for better days never moved forward, but those with a definite, burning desire found opportunities even in the darkest times. Turning desire into obsession. One of the most important ideas in the book is that desire must become obsession. A weak desire produces weak results. A strong desire produces strong results. An obsessive desire produces life-changing results. Think of great inventors, entrepreneurs, or artists. Their work consumed them. They lived and breathed their goal. That obsession was the fuel that carried them through failures, criticism, and setbacks. Desire creates clarity. Most people fail not because they don't work hard, but because they don't know exactly what they want. Desire forces you to define your dream clearly. Ask yourself, how much money do I want? By when? Why do I want it? What will I give in return? The clearer your answers, the more power your desire holds. A vague goal is powerless. A specific desire is unstoppable. Hill's 6 steps are not just theory. Here's how you can apply them. 1. Decide the exact amount of money or goal. Don't say, I want financial freedom. Say, I will accumulate $500,000 by January 1st, 2030. 2. Decide what you'll give in return. Maybe it's your time, your comfort zone, or your weekends. Example, I will give up watching TV and dedicate those hours to learning sales and marketing. 3. Set a deadline. Without a deadline, desire is just a dream. Deadlines create urgency and push you into action. 4. Create a plan and act immediately. Even if the plan is rough, action builds momentum. Example, want to start a business? Launch a simple version now instead of waiting years for perfection. 5. Write your desire as a statement. Example, by December 31st, 2026, I will earn $250,000 through my coaching business. In return, I will invest 3 hours daily in building content, marketing, and serving clients. I believe this will happen, and I see myself already living it. 6. Read your statement twice a day. This repetition rewires your subconscious mind. Morning reading sets your focus for the day, and night reading plants it deep before you sleep. More real-life examples. Andrew Carnegie. He started as a poor Scottish immigrant, but had the burning desire to dominate the steel industry. That desire became his obsession, and he grew into one of the wealthiest men in history. Oprah Winfrey. She grew up in poverty, facing countless struggles. Her burning desire was to become a voice, to impact people. That obsession helped her rise above her circumstances and become a media mogul. Elon Musk. He didn't just want to build cars or rockets. He had the burning desire to change humanity's future. That desire carried him through failures, near bankruptcy, and countless setbacks. The power of emotional connection. Desire is strongest when it's connected to deep emotions. It's not enough to say, I want $1 million. Ask yourself why. Do you want security for your family? Do you want freedom to travel? Do you want to leave a legacy? When your desire is tied to emotion, it becomes unstoppable because emotions drive action far more than logic. Action exercise. Here's a quick exercise you can do right now. 1. Write down your definite chief aim, your major life goal. 2. Be specific. Include numbers, deadlines, and what you'll give in return. 3. Read it aloud in the morning and at night. 4. Visualize yourself living it as if it's already real. 5. Adjust as needed, but never let go of the fire behind it. Final reflection on desire. Every skyscraper begins with a blueprint. Every invention begins with an idea. Every success story begins with a burning desire. So if you take nothing else from Hill's book, remember this. Success doesn't start with money. It starts with desire. And once you've set that fire in your heart, the other 12 principles become tools to make it real. Napoleon Hill calls faith the eternal elixir that gives life, power, and action to your thoughts. If desire is the starting point, faith is the fuel that keeps the engine running. You can have the strongest desire in the world, but if you don't believe you can achieve it, your mind will sabotage you. What faith really means. Faith, in Hill's philosophy, is not about religion. It's about confidence and belief in yourself, your goal, and your ability to achieve it. Faith transforms your desire into a burning conviction. Faith removes doubt, the biggest enemy of success. Faith turns "I wish I could" into "I know I will." Hill says, faith is the only known antidote for failure. The psychology of faith. Why does faith work? Self-fulfilling prophecy. When you believe something is possible, you act differently, more confidently, more persistently, and those actions create results. Subconscious conditioning. Repeated thoughts of faith spoken as affirmations, sink into your subconscious mind. Eventually, your subconscious accepts them as fact and begins working to make them real. Think about it. Who would you rather invest in? Someone who says, "I hope this works," or someone who says with certainty, "This will work, and here's why." Faith inspires trust. Hill's famous example, Henry Ford. Henry Ford had a seemingly impossible idea: build a V8 engine in a single block. Every engineer told him it couldn't be done. But Ford's response was simple: produce it anyway. For years, his engineers failed. But Ford's unshakable faith forced them to keep trying until they finally succeeded. That invention revolutionized the automobile industry. If Ford had doubted even once, the project would have died. Faith carried the vision when logic said it was impossible. How to develop faith? Practical steps. Hill insists that faith is a state of mind you can create through practice. Here's how. 1. Affirmations, autosuggestion. Repeat empowering statements daily. For example, I am capable of building a business that earns $1 million. I believe it, I see it, and I am making it happen. 2. Visualization. Close your eyes and picture yourself already living your dream. Feel the emotions, joy, confidence, pride. The stronger the feeling, the deeper it imprints on your subconscious. 3. Surround yourself with belief. Spend time with people who believe in you. Faith is contagious, so is doubt. 4. Take small wins seriously. Every time you achieve something, no matter how small, remind yourself, "See, I can do this." Small victories build unshakable confidence. 5. Reject fear and doubt. Hill says fear is faith in reverse. Fear is belief in failure. Replace thoughts like, "What if it doesn't work?" with "What if it does?" Jim Carrey, before he was famous, he wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered, dated it for 1995, and carried it in his wallet. He visualized and believed in his success daily. By 1994, he was paid exactly $10 million for Dumb and Dumber. Serena Williams. She has spoken often about visualizing victory. Long before she became a champion, she imagined holding trophies, rehearsing mentally until faith became reality. Linking desire and faith. Desire gives you the what. Faith gives you the how. Without desire, there's nothing to pursue. Without faith, there's no confidence to pursue it. Together, they create unstoppable momentum. Action exercise. 1. Write your definite goal from the desire principle. 2. Create a daily affirmation that reinforces your faith. Example: I will achieve your goal. I see myself living it. I am confident, capable, and persistent. Nothing can stop me. 3. Read it twice a day with emotion. Don't just say the words, feel them. 4. Visualize success for 5 minutes before bed. Picture the life you want as if it already exists. Faith as the bridge between desire and reality. Desire is powerful, but on its own it's not enough. Many people desire wealth, success, or happiness, yet few achieve it. Why? Because they don't truly believe they can. Faith is the bridge between wanting and achieving. It transforms your desire from a dream into a conviction. Without faith, your desire collapses under doubt. With faith, your desire becomes inevitable. Faith in the subconscious mind. Napoleon Hill emphasizes that faith is not built overnight. It's created by repetition of thoughts until your subconscious accepts them as truth. If you constantly think, "I'll never succeed," your subconscious programs failure. If you repeat, "I am capable, I am confident, I am unstoppable," your subconscious eventually believes it and pushes your actions to match. Your subconscious doesn't judge. It simply accepts whatever is repeated. That's why faith must be fed daily. Hill's example, Mahatma Gandhi. Hill gives Gandhi as an example of faith in action. Gandhi had no money, no army, no weapons. Yet he freed India from British rule. How? Through unshakable faith. He believed so strongly in his mission that millions of people also believed. Faith spread like fire, creating a movement unstoppable by force. This shows us that faith is not just personal. It can inspire entire nations, organizations, or communities. Napoleon Hill warns, fear is the opposite of faith. Fear is simply faith in failure. Faith says, I can and I will. Fear says, I can't and I won't. Both are beliefs in something unseen. Which one you choose determines your destiny. Hill identifies the 6 major fears that destroy faith. 1. Fear of poverty. 2. Fear of criticism. 3. Fear of ill health. 4. Fear of loss of love. 5. Fear of old age. 6. Fear of death. Conquering these fears requires building faith stronger than the doubts. Affirmations with emotion. Write affirmations tied to your goal and repeat them with conviction. Don't just say, I'll be successful. Say, I am building a thriving business that earns $100,000 by December 2025. I feel the joy of living it now. 2. Visualization with feeling. Spend 5 minutes daily imagining your success as if it's already real. See the house, feel the steering wheel of the car, hear the applause at your achievement. Emotion makes it stick. 3. Gratitude practice. Gratitude strengthens faith because it reminds your mind of past wins. Write down 3 things daily you're grateful for. If you succeeded before, you can succeed again. 4. Surround yourself with believers. Faith is contagious. Spend time with people who encourage and push you forward. Avoid those who constantly criticize or doubt. 5. Celebrate small wins. Each victory proves to your subconscious that you can succeed. Every win builds faith like a muscle. Thomas Edison, he failed over 1,000 times trying to invent the light bulb, but he never lost faith. He said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. That faith turned him into one of history's greatest inventors. Arnold Schwarzenegger, before he became a champion bodybuilder, actor, and governor, he had unshakable faith in his vision. He visualized himself on stage, winning titles. Even when people laughed at his accent and dreams, his faith kept him moving forward. Steve Jobs, his faith in combining technology with design gave birth to Apple. Even after being fired from his own company, he kept believing and eventually returned to build one of the most valuable companies in the world. Reflection questions. Do you truly believe in your goal, or do you secretly doubt it? When challenges arise, do you respond with faith, I'll find a way, or with fear, maybe this won't work? What affirmations or visualizations can you practice daily to strengthen your faith? Final word on faith. Faith is not magic. It doesn't replace action, but it makes action possible, powerful, and persistent. Faith fuels resilience when things go wrong. Faith inspires others to believe in you. Faith keeps the fire alive when the journey is long. Napoleon Hill sums it up perfectly. Faith is the head chemist of the mind. When faith is blended with thought, the subconscious mind instantly picks up the vibration, translates it into its spiritual equivalent, and transmits it into infinite intelligence. In simple words, believe it in your mind, and the world will work to make it real. Napoleon Hill calls autosuggestion the agency of communication between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. In simple terms, autosuggestion is the tool you use to program your subconscious. If desire is the starting point and faith is the belief, then autosuggestion is the method that keeps both alive in your mind until they become reality. Napoleon Hill gives a practical routine. 1. Write your goal statement from principle number 1, desire. Example, by December 31st, 2026, I will earn $250,000 through my consulting business. In return, I will dedicate 4 hours daily to serving clients and marketing my services. 2. Read it twice a day, morning and night. This constant repetition keeps your goal alive in your subconscious. 3. Read it aloud with emotion. Don't just read mechanically. Feel the excitement, gratitude, and confidence. Emotion is the fertilizer that makes the seed grow. 4. Visualize it as you read. Picture the money in your account, the business thriving, or the lifestyle you desire. The mind responds to images and emotions more than plain words. Hammer and wrench how to practice autosuggestion daily. Morning ritual. Start your day by affirming your goal aloud in front of a mirror. Say it as if it's already true. Night ritual. Before sleep, repeat the affirmation again. The subconscious is most receptive before sleep and just after waking. Journaling. Write your affirmations daily in a notebook. Writing imprints them deeper into the mind. Environment. Place your goal statement on your desk, mirror, or phone wallpaper so it's always in sight. Self-talk awareness. Notice your inner dialogue. Replace "I can't" with "I will." Replace "this is hard" with "I am learning and growing stronger." Autosuggestion versus negative programming. Autosuggestion is always at work, whether you use it consciously or not. If you constantly say, "I'm broke, I'm unlucky, I can't do this," your subconscious accepts it and creates actions to prove it. If you instead say, "I'm resourceful, opportunities are everywhere, I always find solutions," your subconscious helps you make it true. In short, you're always programming yourself. The question is, are you doing it intentionally or by accident? Action exercise. 1. Write your main goal in clear, specific terms. 2. Turn it into a present tense affirmation. Example: I am earning $10,000 a month by helping others through my online business. 3. Repeat it with passion twice daily for 30 days. 4. Watch how your thoughts, confidence, and actions begin to change. Why autosuggestion matters. Napoleon Hill stresses that the subconscious mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts repeated thoughts and turns them into reality through your actions, habits, and mindset. If you constantly say, "I can't do this, I'm unlucky," your subconscious will sabotage your efforts. If you repeat, "I am capable, I am successful, I attract opportunities," your subconscious will push you toward behaviors that make this true. In short, you become what you consistently tell yourself. The mind as a broadcasting station. Think of your mind like a radio station. The conscious mind chooses the messages you send. The subconscious mind receives those messages, stores them, and acts on them. Reality eventually reflects what you've been broadcasting. Every thought you repeat is a signal you send to your subconscious. The question is, are you broadcasting fear or faith? Practical techniques for autosuggestion. 1. Affirmations in the present tense. Write short, specific statements. Example: instead of "I will be rich," say, "I am building wealth now. I earn $10,000 a month through my business." 2. Visualization with emotion. Don't just see your goal, feel it. Imagine driving the car, holding the award, or hearing applause. Emotion makes the image powerful. 3. Morning and night ritual. Read your written statement aloud twice daily, when you wake up and before you sleep. These are the moments when your subconscious is most open. 4. Vision board. Place images of your goals where you'll see them daily. Your desk, your phone background, your mirror. Constant exposure reinforces the message. 5. Voice recordings. Record your affirmations and listen to them with headphones. Hearing your own voice affirming your future makes it more believable. 6. Consistency. The subconscious mind takes time to accept new beliefs. You may feel silly at first, but persistence rewires your self-image over weeks and months. Autosuggestion versus negative self-talk. Autosuggestion is happening all the time, whether you use it intentionally or not. Negative self-talk is autosuggestion in reverse. It programs failure. Positive, deliberate affirmations redirect your subconscious toward success. So the question is not, am I using autosuggestion? The real question is, am I using it for me or against me? Action exercise. 1. Write down your definite chief aim, your major goal. 2. Turn it into a clear present tense affirmation. Example: I'm a confident speaker. I deliver powerful presentations that inspire people and earn me $5,000 per event. 3. Repeat it aloud with feeling every morning and night. 4. Visualize the result as if it's already real. 5. Track your progress for 30 days. Watch how your confidence, energy, and actions shift. Final reflection on autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is the link between desire and faith. It's how you remind yourself, over and over, until your subconscious accepts your goal as reality. Remember Hill's timeless lesson. You are what you think, and what you think you become. So take control of your thoughts, feed your subconscious with affirmations of success, and your life will begin to reflect them. Napoleon Hill makes a bold statement. General knowledge, no matter how vast, will not lead to riches. Specialized knowledge, when organized and intelligently applied, becomes power. Think about it. A school teacher might know history, math, or literature, general knowledge. But if they never specialize in how to apply that knowledge in a profitable way, it doesn't create wealth. On the other hand, an entrepreneur who masters one area, like digital marketing, software engineering, or real estate, and applies it strategically, can turn that specialized skill into financial success. Hill is clear. It's not what you know in general. It's what you can apply specifically that makes you successful. Why specialized knowledge matters. 1. Focus beats breadth. Being kind of good at many things rarely creates extraordinary results. Mastery of one field creates expertise, credibility, and demand. 2. Applied knowledge equals wealth. Wealth doesn't come from knowing, but from using what you know to solve problems for others. 3. Knowledge evolves. What works today might not work tomorrow. Specialized knowledge requires continuous learning and adaptation. Hill's insight. Napoleon Hill explains that you don't need to personally possess all specialized knowledge. Instead, you need access to it. That's why he later emphasizes the mastermind principle. Surround yourself with experts who fill the gaps you can't cover. This means you don't have to know everything, but you do need to know how to organize knowledge and apply it to a definite purpose. Real-world examples of specialized knowledge. Henry Ford. Ford was an engineer who built cars with his own hands. In fact, critics mocked him for his lack of formal education. But Ford had access to a network of specialists, engineers, designers, and managers. When asked technical questions, he'd simply summon the right expert. His genius wasn't knowing everything, but knowing how to organize knowledge into action. Elon Musk. Musk specializes deeply in certain domains: physics, rocket engineering, software. But more importantly, he surrounds himself with experts in battery technology, AI, and aerospace to build companies like Tesla and SpaceX. His wealth comes from combining his specialized knowledge with that of others. Dr. Dre. He didn't just know music. He specialized in sound engineering, production, and the art of identifying talent. That specialized mastery helped him build Beats Electronics and sell it to Apple for billions. How to build specialized knowledge in your life. 1. Identify your definite chief aim from principle number 1. Ask, what area of knowledge will help me achieve my main goal? If your goal is to start an online business, maybe it's digital marketing. If it's to invest, maybe it's financial analysis. 2. Commit to lifelong learning. Specialized knowledge must be constantly updated. Take courses, read books, attend workshops, and seek mentors. 3. Apply what you learn immediately. Knowledge unused is wasted. If you read about marketing, launch a campaign. If you study investing, buy a small stock. Action solidifies learning. 4. Build a knowledge network. You don't need to know everything yourself. Surround yourself with people who specialize in areas you don't. This is why entrepreneurs build teams. 5. Leverage modern tools. Unlike Hill's time, we now have the internet, online education, AI, and global networking. There's no excuse not to access specialized knowledge today. Napoleon Hill separates knowledge into 2 categories. 1. General knowledge. Broad, scattered, and unfocused. Easily available to everyone. Doesn't produce wealth by itself. Example: knowing history, geography, or trivia. It may make you interesting, but it won't necessarily make you rich. 2. Specialized knowledge. Narrow, specific, and practical. Directly linked to solving problems or creating value. When applied with a definite plan, it leads to success and riches. Example: understanding digital marketing strategies that generate sales, mastering real estate investment, or coding an app that solves a problem. Back-end index pointing right, Hill insists that only specialized knowledge, applied toward a definite chief aim, transforms into power. Puzzle piece: why general knowledge fails without specialization. A professor may have PhDs in multiple fields but still struggle financially. Why? Because their knowledge isn't applied in a way that creates wealth. A college graduate may have memorized countless textbooks, yet remain unemployed. Why? Because employers and markets pay for applied skills, not memorized facts. Hill's warning is clear: don't confuse education with wealth. Real education is learning how to use knowledge effectively. The true power of specialized knowledge. 1. It makes you indispensable. People pay for solutions, not theory. If you know how to fix a problem or create value, you'll always be in demand. 2. It multiplies opportunity. Specialized knowledge opens doors. For example, learning copywriting or sales can multiply opportunities in business because every company needs sales. 3. It builds confidence. When you master a field, your confidence skyrockets. You stop guessing and start leading. 4. It attracts collaboration. Specialists attract other specialists. Your expertise makes you valuable inside mastermind groups, partnerships, and businesses. Napoleon Hill's key advice. Hill explains that you don't need to know everything yourself. The real secret is organize and direct the specialized knowledge of others. That's what Henry Ford did. Critics called him uneducated because he couldn't answer certain technical questions. But Ford replied, "Why should I clutter my mind with general information when I can summon experts to provide it?" His wealth wasn't from knowing everything, but from knowing how to leverage the knowledge of others. Real-world examples of specialized knowledge in action. Steve Jobs. Jobs didn't personally design circuits or write all the code. His specialized knowledge was in design vision, user experience, and recognizing talent. He organized teams of engineers and designers to build Apple. Warren Buffett. Buffett doesn't know how to build cars or smartphones. His specialized knowledge is in evaluating businesses and investing. That narrow mastery made him one of the richest men alive. Serena Williams. Her wealth didn't come from knowing all sports. It came from specialized mastery in tennis, built through years of focused training. How to acquire specialized knowledge. 1. Formal education, if relevant universities, certifications, and training programs in a chosen field. 2. Self-education, books, online courses, podcasts, and YouTube, today's endless resources. 3. Mentorship, learning directly from someone who already has the results you want. 4. Experience, the best specialization comes from doing, trial, error, feedback, and improvement. 5. Collaboration, joining forces with others who already have specialized skills. Action plan. 1. Write your definite chief aim. 2. Ask, what specialized knowledge do I need to achieve this? Example, if your aim is to start an e-commerce brand, you need specialized knowledge in product sourcing, online marketing, and customer experience. 3. Decide, will I acquire this knowledge myself, or will I partner with someone who has it? 4. Commit to a learning system, books, courses, mentors, or mastermind groups. 5. Apply immediately, don't just learn, use it. Final reflection on specialized knowledge. Hill's message is powerful. Knowledge will not attract money unless it is organized and intelligently directed through practical plans of action. So, ask yourself today, what am I specializing in? Am I applying it toward a definite goal? Or am I still stuck in the comfort zone of general knowledge? Because in the end, specialized knowledge plus action equals power. The role of imagination. Napoleon Hill calls imagination the workshop of the mind. It's where desires, faith, and knowledge are transformed into ideas and then into reality. Everything you see around you, the chair you sit on, the phone you hold, the building you're in, started as a simple thought in someone's imagination. The formula is clear. Desire plus imagination equals ideas. Ideas plus action equals riches. Two types of imagination, according to Hill. 1. Synthetic imagination. Rearranging old concepts, ideas, or plans into new combinations. Example. Henry Ford didn't invent the automobile, but he combined existing ideas into the assembly line, making cars affordable for everyone. 2. Creative imagination. This is when new ideas, flashes of inspiration, or hunches come to you, seemingly from nowhere. Hill suggests these insights come from the subconscious, or even what he calls infinite intelligence. Example. Nikola Tesla described how entire inventions appeared in his mind, fully formed through creative imagination. Both types are valuable. Synthetic for practical use, creative for breakthroughs. How to develop and use your imagination. 1. Feed your mind. Imagination thrives on input. Read books, study industries, talk to creative people. The more you expose your mind to, the more connections it can make. 2. Create think time. Set aside quiet time daily to think, visualize, and let your mind wander. Many successful people schedule solitude hours just for creative thought. 3. Practice visualization. Close your eyes and picture your goal in detail. See yourself living in the house, driving the car, running the business. The more vivid, the more real it becomes to your subconscious. 4. Write down every idea. Carry a notebook or use your phone to capture flashes of inspiration. Great ideas often come at unexpected times. 5. Combine desire with imagination. Don't just dream randomly. Attach your imagination to your definite chief aim. This ensures your creativity is focused and productive. 6. Collaborate with others. Brainstorming sessions, mastermind groups, and creative environments stimulate imagination. One idea sparks another, and suddenly breakthroughs emerge. The role of organized planning. Napoleon Hill makes it clear, desire is the starting point. Imagination creates ideas, but only organized planning transforms ideas into reality. Back-end index pointing right. In other words, a goal without a plan is just a wish. Hill emphasizes that every successful person you admire didn't succeed by accident. They followed a carefully constructed plan, and when one plan failed, they made another and another until they found success. Hill's core instructions for planning. 1. Form a mastermind group. Surround yourself with people who can supply knowledge, advice, and support. You don't have to know everything. Your team fills the gaps. 2. Write your plan clearly. Put your plan on paper in specific detail. What to do, when to do it, and who will do it. 3. Test your plan. Try it in action. Don't wait for perfection. Imperfect action beats endless theory. 4. Be flexible. If your plan doesn't work, replace it with a better one. Failure is just feedback. 5. Persist until it works. Many people quit after their first plan fails. The successful keep adjusting until they succeed. How to create your own organized plan. 1. Define your goal, definite chief aim. Example. Earn $100,000 in 12 months through an online business. 2. List the steps required. Research products or services. Build a website. Market through ads and social media. Create partnerships. Track results and adjust. 3. Assign deadlines. A goal without a timeline is just a dream. Deadlines create urgency. 4. Identify resources and people. Who do you need? Mentors, partners, employees, or freelancers. 5. Write it down. A written plan gives clarity. Hill insists, write out your plan of action and begin at once. 6. Start immediately. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Momentum comes from action. 7. Review and revise regularly. If something isn't working, change the plan, not the goal. Decision, the mastery of procrastination. The core idea. Napoleon Hill observed that successful people make decisions quickly and firmly. Unsuccessful people postpone decisions and change them often. In short, indecision is the enemy of success. Hill calls procrastination the opposite of decision and one of the greatest thieves of opportunity. Why decision matters. 1. Decision creates momentum. When you commit, you start moving. Waiting keeps you stuck. 2. Decision builds confidence. Each decision strengthens your ability to trust yourself. 3. Indecision breeds fear. The longer you delay, the more doubts creep in. 4. Life rewards boldness. Opportunities rarely wait for those who hesitate. What Hill discovered about decision. Through his research, Hill noticed that nearly every wealthy person he studied had one thing in common. They had a habit of reaching decisions promptly. They rarely wavered once a decision was made. He gives the example of Henry Ford. Many criticized Ford for being stubborn, but it was his firmness in decisions, like sticking with the Model T for years, that gave his company stability and dominance. Hill stresses, changing your mind constantly is a sign of weakness. Real-world examples of the power of decision. Thomas Edison. He decided he would create the electric light bulb. That single decision guided 10,000 failed experiments until he succeeded. Elon Musk. When Musk decided to build SpaceX and Tesla, most thought he was insane. But he stuck with his decisions despite failure after failure, until both companies thrived. Rosa Parks. Her single decision not to give up her seat on a bus ignited a movement and changed history. One decision can impact millions. How to strengthen your decision-making muscle. 1. Practice speed with small decisions. Don't waste 20 minutes choosing dinner. Train yourself to decide quickly on small things. It builds confidence for bigger decisions. 2. Trust facts, not opinions. Hill warns that many people are influenced by the opinions of others. Instead, gather facts, make your choice, and ignore unnecessary noise. 3. Write down your decision. Putting it on paper makes it real and harder to back away from. 4. Act immediately. Decision without action is useless. As soon as you decide, take one step, no matter how small. 5. Commit fully. Don't keep back doors open. Burn the ships, so to speak, and force yourself to move forward. Action exercise. Identify one big decision you've been postponing. Write it down in a single clear sentence. Give yourself a 24-hour deadline to commit. Once decided, take immediate action. Send the email, make the call, sign up, invest, etc. Final reflection on decision. Napoleon Hill teaches, those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want and generally get it. The lesson? Procrastination kills dreams. Decision builds power. Your life changes the moment you decide with firmness and act without hesitation. Remember, indecision is the thief of opportunity. Decision is the door to success. Action exercise. Identify one big decision you've been postponing. Write it down in a single clear sentence. Give yourself a 24-hour deadline to commit. Once decided, take immediate action. Send the email, make the call, sign up, invest, etc. Final reflection on decision. Napoleon Hill teaches, those who reach decisions promptly and definitely know what they want and generally get it. The lesson? Procrastination kills dreams. Decision builds power. Your life changes the moment you decide with firmness and act without hesitation. Remember, indecision is the thief of opportunity. Decision is the door to success. Hill's 4 steps to build persistence. Hill outlines a formula for persistence. 1. A definite purpose backed by burning desire. Without a strong why, persistence fades. 2. A definite plan, expressed in continuous action. Planning without action is daydreaming. Action fuels persistence. 3. A mind closed to negative influence. Ignore criticism, doubt, and discouragement from others. 4. A friendly alliance, mastermind group. Surround yourself with people who encourage persistence, not those who weaken it. How to develop persistence. 1. Strengthen your why. Write down why your goal matters so much. When the why is strong enough, the how appears. 2. Break goals into small wins. Each small success keeps momentum alive. 3. Control your self-talk. Replace thoughts of quitting with affirmations like, every setback is a setup for a comeback. 4. Expect temporary defeat. Don't be surprised by failure. It's part of the process. Hill stresses, temporary defeat is not permanent failure. 5. Build discipline. Set daily routines and stick to them. Persistence is often just consistency multiplied by time. 6. Lean on your mastermind group. When your will weakens, others can help reignite it. Deep action exercise. 1. Pick a long-term goal you've been struggling with. 2. Write down every obstacle you've faced. 3. For each obstacle, list at least 2 new strategies to overcome it. 4. Create a persistence pledge. I will not stop until I succeed, no matter how many times I am temporarily defeated. 5. Read this pledge aloud daily. Final reflection on persistence, expanded. Hill reminds us that persistence is the glue that holds all other principles together. Desire gives birth to the dream. Faith strengthens belief. Planning builds structure. Decision starts the journey. But persistence is what keeps everything alive when storms come. The truth is, most people quit at 40%, 60%, or 90% of the journey. Only the persistent reach 100%. So ask yourself, am I willing to push one more time when others quit? Am I willing to treat defeat as feedback, not failure? Am I willing to keep going until I win? Because if the answer is yes, success is inevitable. Deep action exercise. 1. Pick a long-term goal you've been struggling with. 2. Write down every obstacle you've faced. 3. For each obstacle, list at least 2 new strategies to overcome it. 4. Create a persistence pledge. I will not stop until I succeed, no matter how many times I am temporarily defeated. 5. Read this pledge aloud daily. Glowing Star Final Reflection on Persistence, expanded. Hill reminds us that persistence is the glue that holds all other principles together. Desire gives birth to the dream. Faith strengthens belief. Planning builds structure. Decision starts the journey. But persistence is what keeps everything alive when storms come. The truth is, most people quit at 40%, 60%, or 90% of the journey. Only the persistent reach 100%. So ask yourself, am I willing to push one more time when others quit? Am I willing to treat defeat as feedback, not failure? Am I willing to keep going until I win? Because if the answer is yes, success is inevitable. The science of a mastermind. Hill explains that when 2 or more people come together in harmony, something mysterious happens. The interaction creates a kind of third mind or collective consciousness. This third mind draws on each member's knowledge, experience, and energy, producing insights that no one person could create alone. Backhand index pointing right, think of it like electricity. One wire produces some power, but connecting multiple wires creates a surge of energy. He'll also suggest that this third mind connects with infinite intelligence, the universal source of ideas and inspiration. This is why masterminds often produce solutions that seem to come out of nowhere. The hidden power of the mastermind. 1. Emotional fuel. Success is 80% emotional endurance. When your motivation weakens, your mastermind partners reignite your fire. 2. Multiplication of knowledge. Each member brings their expertise. Instead of one brain, you have many brains working as one. 3. Faith reinforcement. Belief can be borrowed. When you doubt yourself, others lend you their confidence until yours returns. 4. Acceleration of growth. Alone, you may take 10 years to achieve success. With a mastermind, you can compress that into 2 to 3 years because of guidance and shortcuts. 5. Protection against negativity. Hill warns that criticism and doubt from outsiders kill dreams. A mastermind shields you with encouragement and positivity. Lessons from Hill's research. Hill observed that every self-made millionaire he studied had some form of mastermind. Andrew Carnegie attributed his wealth to his mastermind group of 50 men. He claimed that their knowledge was his most valuable asset. Henry Ford had advisors, engineers, and financiers who filled the gaps in his knowledge. Thomas Edison had an invention factory of researchers and assistants who helped him turn imagination into reality. None of them did it alone. Success is always a team sport. Modern examples of masterminds. Bill Gates and Paul Allen. Gates was the business visionary, Allen the technical genius. Together, Microsoft was born. Walt Disney. While Disney had imagination, his brother Roy Disney managed finances and operations. Without Roy, the Disney empire would never exist. Napoleon Hill himself. Hill credited his own success to alliances with mentors and leaders who guided him. Even today, many entrepreneurs join mastermind groups, peer networks, or elite coaching circles because they know the power of collective thinking. How to build your own mastermind. Expanded guide. 1. Define the purpose. What's the shared goal? E.g., business growth, wealth creation, self-development. 2. Choose members wisely. Pick people who are ambitious and positive. Avoid complainers, doubters, and ego-driven individuals. 3. Set clear rules. Respect, honesty, confidentiality. Everyone contributes, no freeloaders. 4. Meet consistently. Weekly or monthly meetings, in person or virtual. Consistency builds momentum. 5. Encourage brainstorming. One person shares a challenge. The group collaborates on solutions. 6. Leverage diverse skills. The best mastermind has variety, finance, marketing, operations, creativity, so every angle is covered. 7. Keep it small but strong. 3 to 8 committed people is often more effective than 20 half-interested ones. Action exercise. Write down your biggest current goal. List 3 to 5 people who could add massive value to achieving it. Mentors, peers, experts. Reach out to them with a simple proposal. I'd love to form a small mastermind group to support each other's growth. Are you in? Schedule your first meeting and set an agenda. Final reflection on the mastermind, deep expansion. Hill's teaching is clear. No individual may have great power without availing himself of the mastermind. The mastermind is not just a business strategy, it's a law of success. Alone, your energy is limited. Together, your energy multiplies. In harmony, your group taps into infinite intelligence. The truth is, your success depends on who you surround yourself with. So ask yourself, am I in the right environment for growth? Do I have allies who push me forward, or people who hold me back? Who should be in my mastermind to multiply my chances of success? Because remember, you don't grow alone. You grow with a tribe. The subconscious as the middleman. Napoleon Hill calls the subconscious mind the intermediary between the conscious mind, the seat of thought, and the infinite mind, the source of knowledge. Think of it like this. Conscious mind equals the captain, chooses thoughts. Subconscious mind equals the crew, executes without question. Infinite intelligence equals the ocean, unlimited supply of ideas, opportunities, and inspiration. Your subconscious is always listening to the captain's orders. If you say, I can't do this, it obeys. If you say, I will find a way, it obeys that too. The laws of the subconscious, according to Hill. 1. It never rests. 24/7 it absorbs, processes, and influences your reality. 2. It accepts what you feed it, positive or negative, true or false. It doesn't filter. 3. It works best with repetition and emotion. The stronger and more frequent the input, the faster imprints. 4. It controls habits and actions. Your automatic behaviors are programmed by the subconscious. 5. It connects to infinite intelligence. Inspiration, hunches, and breakthroughs often come when the subconscious is at work. Examples of subconscious power. Napoleon Hill's invisible counselors. Hill imagined nightly meetings with great men of history: Lincoln, Edison, Napoleon, Carnegie. Over time, his subconscious made these meetings feel real. Ideas and solutions would flow as if from these figures. Inventors and artists. Many geniuses reported breakthroughs coming in dreams or quiet moments. Einstein's theory of relativity, Paul McCartney hearing the melody for Yesterday in his sleep. Elite athletes. They train the subconscious through visualization so that performance becomes automatic under pressure. Methods to harness the subconscious. 1. Autosuggestion, principle number 3. Repeat affirmations daily. Always in present tense. I am successful, not I will be successful. 2. Visualization. Imagine your definite chief aim in detail, colors, sounds, emotions. The subconscious doesn't distinguish between real and vividly imagined experiences. 3. Emotional fuel. Pair affirmations with intense feelings, joy, excitement, gratitude. Emotion is the magnet that locks desires into the subconscious. 4. Night programming. The last thoughts before sleep sink directly into the subconscious. Read or listen to your affirmations before bed. 5. Environment control. Surround yourself with positive people, books, and input. Garbage in, garbage out. Success input, success output. 6. Gratitude ritual. Write down things you're grateful for daily. This programs the subconscious to focus on abundance, not lack. The dangers of misuse. Hill warns, feed your subconscious with fear, doubt, or negativity, and it will manifest failure just as faithfully as it manifests success. Many people unconsciously program themselves for poverty by constantly saying, I'm broke. I can't. This won't work. The subconscious doesn't argue. It just obeys. Deep action exercise. Step 1. Define your goal. Write your definite chief aim clearly. I earn $20,000 per month by helping others through my business. Step 2. Create 3 affirmations. 1. I am confident, persistent, and unstoppable. 2. I attract wealth and opportunities daily. 3. I deserve success and live it now. Step 3. Daily ritual. Morning. Say your affirmations with emotion. Afternoon. Visualize for 5 minutes. Night. Read them again before sleep. Do this for 30 days, and you'll begin to reprogram your subconscious. Final reflection on the subconscious mind. Expanded. Napoleon Hill emphasizes, the subconscious mind will translate into reality any thought which is repeatedly fed to it, whether these thoughts are driven by fear or by desire. So the choice is yours. Feed it fear, you get failure. Feed it desire plus faith, you get success. The brain, a broadcasting and receiving station for thought. The core idea. Napoleon Hill claims, every human brain is both a broadcasting and receiving station for the vibration of thought. This means your thoughts are not isolated. They are energy frequencies. Your brain sends out signals, your dominant thoughts. It also picks up signals from other minds, environments, and infinite intelligence. In other words, your brain is like a radio, tuning into whatever frequency you set. The science behind it, Hill's perspective. Thoughts are forms of energy. When charged with emotion, faith, desire, fear, they vibrate at higher intensity. Your brain transmits these vibrations outward, influencing others and your environment. At the same time, it receives vibrations. This explains intuition, gut feelings, or sudden flashes of inspiration. Open Book Hill's key insights about the brain. 1. Amplification through the mastermind. When multiple minds come together in harmony, their brains sync frequencies, creating stronger signals and more powerful ideas. 2. The role of emotion. Emotion, love, sex, enthusiasm, faith supercharges thought vibrations, making them more influential. 3. Connection to infinite intelligence. The brain is like an antenna. When properly tuned through desire, faith, persistence, it can receive guidance and ideas from infinite intelligence. Real-world examples of the brain in action. Nikola Tesla claimed he could tune into ideas as if they were broadcast from the universe. His breakthroughs often came in flashes of insight. Thomas Edison believed his brain was receiving ideas from a universal source. He often napped in his lab, waking with fresh solutions. Modern science. Neuroscience confirms that brain waves, alpha, beta, theta, delta, operate at different frequencies, shaping creativity, focus, or deep intuition. How to tune your brain for success. 1. Feed your mind daily. Read, learn, and expose yourself to positive input. The brain can't broadcast success if it's filled with negativity. 2. Use autosuggestion. Principle number 3. Repeated affirmations plant strong signals into the subconscious, which then amplifies them outward. 3. Leverage emotion. Charge your goals with passion, love, and belief. Emotion is the electricity behind your broadcast. 4. Practice visualization. Picture your success vividly. This mental movie programs your brain to tune into opportunities aligned with your vision. 5. Mastermind alliances. Principle number 9. Surround yourself with ambitious, positive people. Their brain frequencies influence yours, raising your mental vibration. 6. Silence and meditation. Quiet your mind regularly. A calm brain is better at receiving subtle signals, intuition, and inspiration. Action exercise. Each morning, visualize your goal as already achieved. Each day, repeat affirmations with strong emotion. Each week, spend time in your mastermind group to strengthen your frequency. Each night, before sleep, ask your brain for guidance on one problem. Keep a notebook near your bed. You may wake up with an answer. Final reflection on the brain. Napoleon Hill emphasizes, every human brain is capable of picking up vibrations of thought which are being released by other brains. This means, if you surround yourself with negativity, your brain will pick up failure signals. If you surround yourself with ambition and positivity, your brain will pick up success signals. Your brain is not just a storage unit for memories. It's a living transmitter. What you think you send out, what you tune into you attract back. So ask yourself, what frequency is my brain broadcasting daily? Fear or faith? Who am I tuning into, the doubters or the dreamers? Am I using my brain as a powerful antenna for success? Because the truth is, your brain is the control tower of your destiny. Tune it wisely. The sixth sense as the temple door. Napoleon Hill says, the sixth sense is the faculty which marks the difference between a genius and an ordinary individual. It's not something you study like desire or persistence. Instead, it emerges naturally after you've mastered the other 11 principles. It is a blending of the subconscious and infinite intelligence. The intuition that whispers, this is the right move. The creative flash that solves a problem in seconds that logic couldn't solve in years. Think of it as the graduation gift of self-mastery. How the sixth sense reveals itself. 1. Sudden insights. Ideas pop into your head at the exact right time, often when you're not even thinking about them. 2. Warnings of danger. A gut feeling tells you to avoid a deal, delay a decision, or distrust someone, and later you see why. 3. Magnetic pull to opportunities. You feel drawn to a person, place, or idea, and it later becomes a turning point in your life. 4. Dreams and visions. Many breakthroughs come during sleep, where the conscious mind is silent, and the subconscious is free to channel infinite intelligence. Napoleon Hill's experience with the sixth sense. Hill practiced daily council meetings with his imaginary advisors, Lincoln, Edison, Carnegie, etc. Over time, these meetings went from imagination to what felt like real conversations. He admitted some of the advice he received went far beyond his conscious knowledge. He saw this as infinite intelligence speaking through the subconscious, activated by the sixth sense. This wasn't just imagination. It was a discipline that tuned his mind to receive insights. Real-world echoes of the sixth sense. Albert Einstein said many of his theories came as sudden insights he could not explain logically. Oprah Winfrey often speaks of following her inner voice or intuition in critical business and life decisions. Business leaders and inventors. Many attribute their greatest decisions not to data, but to a gut feeling backed by preparation. How to cultivate the sixth sense. You can't force it, but you can invite it. 1. Master the first 11 principles. Desire, faith, autosuggestion, persistence, imagination, etc. prepare the mental soil. The sixth sense grows naturally from disciplined practice. 2. Silence the mind. Spend 10 to 15 minutes daily in meditation, prayer, or quiet reflection. Silence is the channel through which whispers of infinite intelligence come. 3. Ask questions before sleep. Hill and many others use this method. Pose a problem to your subconscious before bed and expect an answer upon waking. 4. Create your own invisible counsel. Imagine sitting with mentors, alive or dead. Ask for advice. Over time, your subconscious will start generating profound insights. 5. Honor your hunches. The more you act on small intuitions, the sharper they become. Doubting them weakens the connection. Action exercise, practical sixth sense training. Write down a pressing problem or decision. Sit quietly, breathe, and imagine infinite intelligence or your council of mentors advising you. Don't force answers, let them come. Journal any flashes, even if they seem random. Over days/weeks, you'll notice patterns, clarity, and surprisingly accurate guidance. Final reflection on the sixth sense. Hill says, the sixth sense defies description. It cannot be described to a person who has not mastered the other principles, because such a person has no knowledge of that which the sixth sense deals. That means it's not superstition. It's the culmination of disciplined thought. It's genius unlocked, but only for the mind prepared by desire, faith, persistence, and planning. It gives you what Hill calls the warnings and opportunities you could never reach with reason alone. The sixth sense is your inner compass, your direct connection to infinite intelligence, and the final secret of success.